this fight or millions on the table. This is
Ciryl, you were finally.
I'm disappointed. I talked all day yesterday. Like, I just want to see Tom have to overcome some adversity. I want to see what he does when when his first plan of action doesn't work. What's he checked down to? Is he gonna wrestle? Can he compete with Ciryl Gane on his feet for 25 minutes? And I don't get any of those answers. And just like everybody at home, I'm disappointed.
Being poked in the eye is illegal, Brendan, but to fight with one eye is very common. The opponent's trying to hit your eye. He's trying to bust up and make your nose bleed. So that part of it does have question for guys like Anthony and I. We're trying to be polite. We're trying to show grace. But in all fairness, if you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you got to fight with one eye at times.
I'm being real now. Both fingers, both of his eyes at once. Was it looking to be a decent scrap compared to a demolition? Yes. But both fingers, both eyes.
Tom Aspinall has spoken publicly for the first time following one of the UFC's most debated recent incidents, the no contest against Ciryl Gane at UFC 321. The bout was halted suddenly after an accidental but severe eye poke left Aspinall unable to carry on.
Poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. Why are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I didn't do the f***ing poke. I can't see.
Tom, they should not be booing. I agree with you. You waited a long time for this moment. Talk to the disappointment of this being how it ends.
This is bullshit. The fight was just getting going.
That's not a good look, pardon the pun. Sit. The fight's been called off. Everyone's pissed off. The crowd's booing. Obviously, that's a terrible shame. Oh man, what an anticlimax. Hey guys, how we doing? I gotta get to work. Hey now.
this big, live reaction.
Oh man. It was a really entertaining fight, really entertaining round. Hey buddy, how you doing?
This thing.
What's up, buddy? I gotta get to work. I'm doing something as well. I don't know what to say. Jesus Christ. All right, so obviously the main event ended in a fashion that nobody wants to see. It was a tremendous fight. Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall were going toe-to-toe, and it was shaping up to be a tremendous title fight. It really was. And we were going to see Tom Aspinall taken out of the first round. You know, a lot of people online are talking a lot of saying that he quit. The reality is, Ciryl was looking good. He damaged Tom, he busted the nose up early. They both landed some shots. Tom landed a really good low kick. Ciryl was looking...
Since that moment, the MMA world has erupted with debate, criticism, and non-stop reaction. After more than a year of waiting for the opportunity, grinding through camp, overcoming injuries, and remaining patient, Tom Aspinall saw the fight slip away in an instant. Yet instead of widespread support, he faced a surge of backlash. Some fans and even fellow fighters suggested he should have pushed through. Chael Sonnen didn't mince words either, bluntly stating that situations like that are part of the sport and fighters are expected to handle them.
Can he compete with Ciryl Gane on his feet for 25 minutes? And I don't get any of those answers. And just like everybody at home, I'm disappointed.
Being poked in the eye is illegal, Brendan, but to fight with one eye is very common. The opponent's trying to hit your eye. He's trying to bust up and make your nose bleed. So that part of it does have question for guys like Anthony and I. We're trying to be polite. We're trying to show grace. But in all fairness, if you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you got to fight with one eye.
Little scratch.
Yeah.
It was, they went in. They were proper eye pokes, and Tom clearly was in a lot of pain. There's people saying online, well, he was saying multiple times, I can't see. If he wanted to continue, he shouldn't be saying that. The reality is, if he can't see...
Tell the truth.
If you can't see, you're allowed to say you can't see. People might point to me and say, well, you fought with one eye. Yeah, that was a secret because I shouldn't have been fighting. You know, Tom is the champion of the world. He doesn't want to go out there when his vision is impaired or vision is massively affected and potentially lose a fight that was shaping up to be a difficult fight. Ciryl Gane was on point tonight. He was looking good. We saw the damage on Tom's face. This was not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. He didn't want to continue with his vision damaged or not being able to see. So I don't blame him. The crowd were upset. I get that. They were frustrated. They've flown in from other countries. They've spent a lot of money. They've bought tickets and the fight ends like that. I don't think the frustration was on Tom. I think the crowd was just annoyed at the situation.
Many have argued that fighters are expected to push through fouls. Okay, but Tom Aspinall rejects the idea that this was a matter of toughness. Those close to him say he's angry about claims that he quit, insisting the eye poke left him unable to see, and that once the doctor intervened, there was no choice. According to Tom, if he had physically been able to continue,
poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. Why are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I didn't do the f***ing poke. I can't see.
Tom, they should not be booing. I agree with you. You waited a long time for this moment. Talk to the disappointment of this being how it ends.
This is bullshit. The fight was just getting going.
Ciryl Gane was looking so good in that first round. Tom Aspinall's nose was bleeding. Ciryl was landing with that jab. I got a heavyweight. You go in there, and a lot of the times a heavyweight, you see guys not really engage too much because it takes one punch, especially from two big punches like that. And Tom was kind of pushed, like coming forward. Ciryl was landing beautiful jabs, circling all around. He won that round. Both those guys, for being heavyweight, can move so well on their feet. God, that was going to be such a sweet fight. And I thought Tom was going to go out there and kind of run through Ciryl. That was going to be a very interesting fight. I mean, I guess running it back makes sense. Post-fight reaction from Tom Aspinall. What the fuck you booing? I'm the one that got poked in the fucking eye. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not the one that fucking poked him. I get it, you're frustrated. I don't think the fans weren't booing at Tom for not continuing. I don't think the fans are booing because, you know, it sucks. It's the main event, you want to see a fight. But every time like a first reaction happens, a nut shot, an eye poke, you don't think it's, all right, it's gonna get stopped.
Stopping by, super difficult moment. Can I get your immediate reaction, please?
I don't know exactly. Just disappointed. We put a lot of energy, like I say. And I'm just sorry because at first for me, but also for the people, for Aspinall, for everybody. This is the law of this sport. Sometimes this happening. I remember this happening also for myself. But it's like that. It's like that.
For people that didn't see the build-up to this fight, all the programs, etc., can you just let people know the kind of investment and the commitment you made to preparing for this fight?
Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit disappointed because of the energy, the sacrifice, all of this, and unfortunately, this happening. If there are not issue, he win or I win, like okay, this is but like that, no, I'm not happy about this.
You did have 3 minutes or so in the Octagon with Tom Aspinall, caused some damage. You know, from your thoughts, you've been in there, you felt him a little bit. Like, what did you learn?
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful fight. This is exactly what I expected from Tom. Exactly what I expected for myself. Also, we did very well. I think I'm gonna watch that. But yeah.
The eye poke that he always goes for in fights. Most of the time he lands this in every single one of his fights, bar a couple of them maybe, but typically Ciryl Gane does get off at least a few eye pokes, just like his teammate Dasanina Mavov, and he landed it. He landed his signature move, double eye poke on Tom Aspinall. The finger went straight into the eye on this side. Left hand one. This doesn't really tell the story of it. He landed the eye poke, like you see here, and then he pushed into the eyes afterwards. That's what I think caused the problem. He landed the eye poke and it didn't look that bad, but then he pushed straight into the eye with force on Tom Aspinall to reclaim distance, and Tom had to call off the fight. He can't see. He's going to go out there, get slept because he's blind and he can't get his eyesight back. Or this is what happens. The fight gets called off, and for some reason, there's a lot of people that aren't angry at Gane about this. Even though he's one of the dirtiest fighters in the sport, there's a ton of people talking about how, dude, Gane was piecing him up, destroying him. They're talking about this like it was a 10-8 round before Ciryl Gane landed the eye poke. This was a very competitive...
I couldn't see anything. Anyone calling me a quitter has no idea what it feels like in there. That's the stance Tom Aspinall has taken, and it's easy to understand why he's upset. He's never built a reputation as someone who folds under pressure. Most of his victories have come quickly. Often inside the first round and outside the Octagon, he's known for being composed, respectful, and professional. For a fighter with that track record to be labeled a quitter after a freak eye injury clearly struck a nerve. At the same time, the MMA world remains split. Many supporters argue he was denied his moment and point out that anyone who has dealt with a serious eye issue understands how dangerous and disorienting it can be.
Way everybody feels. Great showing, shitty ending, you know? I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Ciryl Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, what did you think about the fight on its way to the eye poke? What did you take from those 4 minutes?
Good. Looked like we were in for a few rounds and it was going to be a good fight.
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah, total pain in the ass.
Others argue he should have pushed through, pointing to examples like Michael Bisping, who famously competed for years with limited vision. During the broadcast, both Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier described the moment as unfortunate rather than controversial, with Rogan emphasizing that eye injuries can have lasting consequences and that protecting long-term health was the smarter decision. While online debate continues, one thing appears clear. Tom Aspinall is channeling the situation into fuel. Dana White has indicated a rematch is being planned, and Aspinall has reportedly returned to light training as he recovers, determined to settle matters decisively next time. Ciryl Gane has largely stayed out of the back and forth with his camp, maintaining the foul was accidental and that they were prepared for a drawn-out contest. Still, fans are left wondering how it would have unfolded, whether Gane could have shifted momentum or whether Aspinall would have done what he's often done before and secured a dominant finish. What's certain is that Aspinall has little interest in the outside noise now.